Here are 10 of the most dangerous women in history, known for their crimes, influence, or violent actions. Elizabeth Bathory. A Hungarian noblewoman known as the Blood Countess. Bathory is said to have tortured and killed hundreds of young girls, allegedly bathing in their blood to retain her youth. She is often considered one of the most prolific female serial killers in history. After being accused of torturing and killing hundreds of girls, Bathory was not executed, but imprisoned in solitary confinement in her own castle. She remained in a bricked-up room for 4 years until she died in 1614, likely of natural causes. Griselda Blanco, known as the Black Widow or La Madrina. Blanco was a Colombian drug lord linked to the infamous Medellin cartel. She was responsible for numerous murders and was heavily involved in the Miami drug trade during the 1970s and 1980s. She orchestrated the deaths of hundreds of people during her reign. After serving time in U.S. prison, Blanco returned to Colombia. In 2012, she was assassinated in Medellin by a motorcycle hitman in a manner similar to the killings she was known for ordering during her reign as a drug lord. Irma Graa. A Nazi concentration camp guard, Gracie was known for her extreme cruelty towards prisoners, especially at Auschwitz. She participated in the torture and killing of inmates and was notorious for her sadistic behavior. She was later convicted of war crimes. Convicted of war crimes after World War II for her atrocities as a Nazi concentration camp guard, Gracie was executed by hanging in 1945 at the age of 22. She was one of the youngest women to be executed under British law in the 20th century. Myra Hindley, along with her partner Ian Brady, Hindley was responsible for the Moors murders in the 1960s in England. The couple abducted, sexually assaulted, and murdered 5 children. Hindley became a symbol of evil in Britain due to the horrific nature of the crimes. After being convicted of the Moors murders and sentenced to life imprisonment, Hindley spent the rest of her life in prison. She died in 2002 from bronchial pneumonia, exacerbated by heart disease. Maryanne Cotton. A British serial killer, Cotton is believed to have murdered as many as 21 people, including her children, husbands, and lovers, by poisoning them with arsenic. Her motive was often financial, collecting insurance payouts from the deaths. After being convicted of murdering her stepson, Cotton was hanged in 1873. Her execution was reportedly bungled, with her death by hanging taking several minutes due to a poorly measured drop. Gunnis. A Norwegian-American serial killer, Gunnis is suspected of killing more than 40 people. She lured men to her farm in Indiana with marriage proposals, then murdered them for their money. She also killed her own children. Gunnis disappeared in 1908 after her Indiana farmhouse burned down. A headless body was found in the ruins, but there is speculation that she faked her death. Her true fate remains uncertain, though many believe she escaped and lived under a new identity. Wu Zetian, the only female emperor in Chinese history, Wu Zetian ruled during the Tang dynasty. She was known for her ruthlessness in consolidating power, allegedly ordering the executions of political enemies and even her own family members. Despite this, she was also a capable ruler. After ruling as the only female emperor of China, Wu Zetian was forced to abdicate in favor of her son in 705, after which she retired. She died shortly after in 705, likely from natural causes at the age of 80. Deline Lori. A wealthy New Orleans socialite, Lori gained infamy after it was discovered that she had been torturing and mutilating enslaved people in her mansion. After a fire exposed her brutal acts, she fled and was never held accountable for her crimes. After her mansion in New Orleans was discovered to be a house of horrors, Lori fled to France, where she reportedly lived in exile. She is believed to have died in 1849, though the exact circumstances and location of her death are unclear. Charlotte Corday. A figure of the French Revolution, Corday assassinated Jean-Paul Marat, one of the leaders of the radical Jacobin faction. She believed Marat's influence was leading to more bloodshed during the Reign of Terror and saw his death as necessary to stop the violence. After assassinating Jean-Paul Marat, Corday was quickly arrested, tried and found guilty of murder. She was executed by guillotine in 1793 during the French Revolution. Ilsa Kooch, known as the Witch of Buchenwald, Kooch was the wife of a Nazi concentration camp commandant and was notorious for her sadistic behavior toward prisoners. She was accused of selecting prisoners with distinctive tattoos and having them killed so she could use their skin for souvenirs. She was convicted of war crimes after World War II. After being convicted of war crimes, Kooch was sentenced to life imprisonment. In 1967, while serving her sentence in Achach prison in Germany, she committed suicide by hanging. These women left a lasting, chilling legacy of cruelty, power, and violence in their respective times and places. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop your thoughts in the comments section. See you in our next video.